Dear you, I just had to share this. I just had this really big revelation, or maybe it's really small. You decide. I was thinking how we can be kind of susceptible or finagled to act differently, to be differently, to show up differently, depending on who we are with. It's as if their other people's, or maybe our perception is a bit shifted depending on our environment or the people that we're around. An example, when I'm with my children, I tend to act a bit more silly. I tend to be a little bit more relaxed. I tend to be open-minded, open-hearted to a lot of things, many things that I maybe wouldn't be if I was with somebody else, an adult potentially, or maybe in a work environment. There's play when with a child, or at least for myself, when I'm with my children, and when I can see that there is something that tickles them, something that brings them joy. There's an energy of moving into that, leaning into that. Now, if you or I were with somebody who was always complaining, always upset, always mad, always angry, there's a potential that there would be that energy to move into, to lean into, to always be upset, mad, always to find something to complain about. We can be susceptible to other people. We can be easily influenced by other people until or unless we begin to understand, to see, to pay attention to those influences, to how maybe we kind of move into or lean into other people's energy. Once we begin to see that, once we begin to be aware of the shifts or of the, for some, the anomaly, right, that might be happening or taking place as we are in the company of others, or as we are at work, or what have you, we can begin to lean into what feels good, and to understand, to notice, to realize, pay attention to who we choose to spend our time with. Now, sometimes I understand that within a job, co-workers, that sort of environment, we may not be able to choose, but there is a potential when we really get open and honest about it that we may not, depending, hear me out here, have to spend as much time with those specific people as we may at first glance think or feel. Is there a potential that if there is an environment, such as work, where you have coworkers who maybe don't reflect the energy that you maybe are working into, soothing yourself into, or prefer to be into, is there a potential that you maybe could move in a different direction, maybe not spend as much time, maybe not hang out at the water cooler or have lunch in the same area? Is there a potential that you could maybe not fraternize or hang out with or listen to? Maybe you could separate yourself from that energy that is no longer beneficial and lean into the energy that feels so good, that feels so amazing, that brings back that kind of childlike curiosity, that happy energy, that energy of really being immersed and emerged within a happy place, as you know, we may find ourselves with children or with younger adults or with those that are still very open and curious, that have not yet, or hopefully will not, allow the world to take them over, that have still an open space or place, maybe not so conditioned, maybe don't have that complete energy of being told yet or taught yet, conditioned of the wiles and the chaos of the world, of all the things that we shouldn't trust or believe in. Those young aspiring, and for some, we still have adults that are still that way as well, that still very much see the joy within life, that still very much see a side that is forgiving and that is open and right. And that may be you, dear you. I do hope that this finds you in a beautiful energy. I do hope that this finds you in an open space where you may be able to really take a look around and notice where you kind of allow your energy to be swayed, or you where you might lean into even unwillingly, and the places that you could choose in the future, very near future, to lean into on purpose, and the places that you decide no longer fit or work for you, that you might decide to lean out of, that really don't bring you joy. This could be people, this could be situations, this could be environments. There are many, many, many times in my life personally where there are lots of things that I do not want to do because of the way that I feel that energy of doom and gloom for some of the situations, right? And I know that that is not the energy that I want to be in. It's not what I want to partake in. And I don't want to complain. I don't want to be around people who complain, because that is where my energy goes. We can choose and decide, okay? We don't have to give our power away. Okay, that's not at all what's coming through within this message. We do not have to give our power away. Just because we are around somebody doesn't mean we lean in, or we have to lean in. It's just, this is an information, or an invitation to really notice where that energy goes, and where certain environments, certain people may be able to shift us, or where we may be susceptible to certain energies or to certain people, even in a knowing, or at a subconscious level, not really realizing that we're susceptible. This is your kind of wake up, if you will, if you so choose to take it as that, that there is a way that you can begin to see and understand. Your body tells you, your feelings, your emotions, the way that you begin to speak, the way that you begin to feel, the way that you begin to understand things, the way that it's sits within you, the things that you think, all of that is reminders or messengers, or potentials for you to be able to see things in a new light, or for you to be able to understand or decide fully, consciously, if you would like to lean in or lean out, kind of bend away from that. And it gives you an opportunity to look for other ways or solutions or potentials to choose a new way, choose new kind of the five people that you spend your most time around, right? If you think about that idea, the five people that get to have your energy, or that you are looking up to, or inspired to, or that you inspire each other, where that kind of energy of being susceptible is so beneficial and so positive. I'm going to leave this here, dear you. I hope that this reaches you, and it sits, or comes through as intended. I am just so excited to be a part of your life, and I can't wait to speak to you again soon.